In today's show, the new SandRidge CEO talks about his new role, and we introduce you to the new Thunder players.
Also, demolition starts and more, and a local cupcakery wins a big prize from Food Network. We have a full show for you.
That's right. A couple weeks ago, we brought you a video interview with Chesapeake Energy's new CEO, that's Doug Lawler, and now we introduce you to the newly appointed SandRidge Energy CEO, James Bennett.
I've been in the energy industry exclusively for about 20 years, a combination of investment banking, then CFO of a smaller energy company, and then in energy private equity investing, where we made investments in oil and gas companies, some even here in Oklahoma City, which is what has caused me to travel to and from Oklahoma City for about the last 7 years. Our firm was also an early investor in SandRidge back in 2007, which is how I got to know Tom and the team at SandRidge. So when he called me in 2010 and said, I'd like you to come to Oklahoma City and be my CFO, it was an easy decision for me. So I think things are settling in. Over the last week, I've had a lot of employee meetings. I've met with, personally, over 1,000 employees through small departmental meetings everywhere from Enid, Oklahoma, down to Houston, Texas, talking about some of the changes that have taken place, where the company's positioned, what we're doing going forward, and spend a lot of time making sure the employees understand the communication, the message, and that they're aligned with what we need to deliver to the shareholders. We've got a team of very talented employees here that I'm very proud of, and have shown a lot of character and poise over the last several years, particularly in the last 6 months. We've got a very strong asset base in the Mississippian and Gulf of Mexico. We've got $2 billion of liquidity to go execute that. So I think the company is in a very good position right now, and we plan to continue to support the communities in which we operate and meet the commitments that we've made to Oklahoma City. SandRidge is not for sale. Okay. We are in the business to maximize the value for our shareholders and provide a return for them. We and our board have made the decision that the best outcome for shareholders is to execute our assets, to take this $2 billion of liquidity, deploy it into the Mississippian, and to grow our production and reserves and footprint in the Mississippian. We think that's the best outcome for shareholders. Right now, with the 2 million acres in the Mississippi and our Gulf of Mexico assets, I think we've got enough to keep us busy for the foreseeable future. Now we're always looking at new opportunities and other potential areas, but right now we're very focused on executing what we have. We have 790 employees here corporately, 2,036 total, and I think you'll find the level of community involvement and sponsorship from the employees very high across the board. I volunteer teach at a local school. We're all involved in various community organizations. I'm on a board of a nonprofit as well. In terms of the spending and sponsorship, when we went through our review of our budget in the first quarter, we made some decisions to reduce some areas of spending, some non-critical spending. We made reductions in most, really all line items in our G&A budget except for one, and that was our community giving dollars. So we made no changes to our community sponsorships and our charitable giving. So you'll see us continue the focus on supporting the community and meeting our commitments that we have to the community.
Bennett says he doesn't expect SandRidge to have any more problems with its largest shareholders. He's been in touch with most of them since he was elevated to chief executive, and says they're all supportive of where the company is headed.
Well, 3 of the Thunder's draft picks were introduced during a news conference Saturday at the team's old practice facility, and each has a reason to be flattered.
Anthony Slater here with John Rohde at the introductory press conference for the Thunder's new draftees. We got to meet him today. John, what'd you think?
Well, they each know what they want. Steven Adams wants to push people around. He's definitely a center. Grant Jarrett, the second-round pick out of Arizona, he's a stretch four. He just wants a chance. And Andre Roberson, you think he's American. You think I'd know how to pronounce it, but Andre, he knows he's about defense. He knows he's about hustle. There's no confusion on what each of these guys want to do.
Do you think any of the 3 can maybe make an immediate impact next year?
You wouldn't think so, but the guy with the most door that's open is Steven Adams, because Perk is great defensively, not so great offensively. Orton and Tabit are scrambling to show what they can do, and if Steven Adams can come in here and show something offensively, defensively, rebounding, block shots, screens, anything, that might open a door for him.
Now let's go and see what they had to say on their first day with the Thunder.
These are guys that we've tracked over a period of time, and they all have qualities that we value. Steven, obviously, someone that plays incredibly physical for a young player, has a great set of hands around the basket, and someone we think has a tremendous ability to improve and has showed rapid improvement in a short amount of time. Andre is someone who's caught our attention a few years ago. Quite honestly, his persistence, his activity, and his endurance within the game as a competitor are all signs of a player that's going to continue to improve with hard work and development. And Grant is someone again who caught our eye in practice earlier this year, very early on in the fall, and has demonstrated the ability to shoot the ball for his size, and also has an uncanny awareness on the floor for a front court player. So all three players are guys that we value. We're excited to have them in the program. They understand they have a lot of work ahead of them.
Can't really put it into words. Felt like my birthday and Christmas put together. So yeah, I was really excited about it. Yeah, I was super happy.
As well, everybody knows that I'm a great rebounder and defender. Bringing energy to the team, I feel like those are going to be my strengths that I bring to this team. Continue to work hard every day, and develop my other skills as well, and help this team compete and win championships. So,
main thing is just blessed. It's always been a dream to play in the NBA, and to play on an organization like this it's hard to put in words. It's a dream ever since I was a little kid. So just seeing what this team does, not only on the court, but as well as off the court, and how well they're involved in the community, and just being good people, and it just seems like a good fit for myself, just to come in and do what I can to make this organization better.
Yeah, I can't really say, but I don't know, because it was I went to work out for all the other teams and they kind of reacted the same, so I didn't know that they were interested or not. But yeah, the team, Sam gave me a little tour around the city and stuff, and it was just very moving and interesting about your guys' history and why the Thunder put on a jersey. It ain't just like a basketball team, you know what I mean? It's much more. The community backs them a lot, and I don't know, man, it's just a huge honor, to be honest with you, to be putting on the jersey and representing the whole community.
I really couldn't, really tell you what makes me a good defensive player, but other than being resilient and wanting to do it. Big 12 was definitely stronger than the Pac-12 when we transferred over, but that doesn't really affect how I play defense. But what was the second question again?
Well, and going up against Kevin Durant
in practice. Okay.
Practice here is legendary. It's pretty tough.
Yeah, definitely. Especially having one of the greats. Even though he's so young, he's considered a great player and future Hall of Famer. I take it on as a challenge, to go up against him in practice. Not just him and Russell Westbrook, and others as well. So I'm excited to get in there and work hard and compete every day in practice.
I was the first one to get drafted in the first round, so that kind of opened up the doors for the rest of the New Zealand players down there, and kind of, put New Zealand on the globe. What I mean? People will go down there hopefully and know that there's basketball players down there that they could recruit to America or wherever it is. But that's usually what the main focus was, just to get exposure down there, because there's a lot of talent down there. It's just that there's not many programs and funding for them to kind of nurture their talents. That's mainly rugby down there. So yeah, now that we have basketball, hopefully we kind of get two sports from New Zealand, and yeah, you'll see some more Kiwis in the draft.
Jarrett says of joining a young OKC team, which has kiddingly been referred to as Thunder U, meaning university, since its inception, and that the community has the feel of a college town with support that's unreal. So he is very excited about it. I think they all seem very pumped about joining the team.
Even draft night I was there, GM Sam Presti, he referred to it as Thunder U. I think they all internally just think, hey, we have this incubator of talent, if you will.
That is so neat. I love it. It's fun.
All right, coming up next, Chef Rick Bayless comes back to Oklahoma to help relief efforts some more.
And the Oklahoma City Boathouse District reaches for the sky. That's coming up.
Everyone gets excited on game day. With the Oklahoman Full Access, you can get your sports news any way you like. The Oklahoman Full Access includes print, smartphones, tablets, print replica, and our digital archives, starting as low as $12 a month. And it's free to current print subscribers. Log on to newsok.com/subscribe to get started today. The Oklahoman Full Access.
Hello, this is Mary. I can help you.
Hi, my grandma wants to know how to record my show.
Press the guide button on the remote.
Abuelita, toca el botón guide.
Now find your show on the screen and press record.
Ahora busca el programa en la
pantalla.
Working hard for every smile. Another reason why Cox is your friend in the digital age.
Everyone has their morning routine. With the Oklahoman Full Access, you can get your morning news any way you like. The Oklahoman Full Access includes print, smartphones, tablets, print replica, and our digital archives, starting as low as $12 a month. And it's free to current print subscribers. Log on to theoklahoman.com/subscribe to get started today. The Oklahoman Full Access.
Chef Rick Bayless joined the OK Chefs relief effort to support the tornado-affected communities of Oklahoma on June 24th.
Bayless is an Oklahoma City native, but currently lives in Chicago and did a triple pop-up here in the city. Bayless explains to Food Dude Dave Cathy about the pop-up explosion and how it helped the relief effort.
Hi, I'm Dave Cathy, the Food Dude. OK Chefs Relief continued this last week. It's an extension of what started back at the Memorial Day weekend to try and raise money for those affected by the tornadoes that struck Oklahoma communities in the late spring. For the next leg of OK Chefs Relief, Chef Rick Bayless, who's an Oklahoma City native, came down from Chicago to do a triple pop-up. He did a pop-up restaurant in downtown Oklahoma City and then two more that evening in the Will Rogers Theater complex. Here's Chef Bayless to tell us about why he was here and what they did for OK Chefs Relief.
I'm very happy to be back for this tornado relief effort, and I'm thrilled to be back with the chefs here in Oklahoma City. When Kurt Fleischfresser, I always have to work on that name, said to me, yeah, let's do something, I can get the people together, let's come up with a menu, we'd love to feature your food here in Oklahoma City, and I jumped on it. Even though I'm right in the middle of about 16 other projects, he said, I'll put together the crew for you. I said, I think we can get a whole bunch of food made here in Chicago and we'll ship it down there. And we opened it up for ticket sales and man, they went really fast. And that makes me feel really great because I love coming back to Oklahoma City. I love being able to share the flavors that I do with everybody here because not everybody can get to Chicago. There's first a taco truck kind of idea, and that's going to be downtown. And that's 3 tacos with our flavors on them. Kind of different, not what people would maybe expect as tacos, but I think people have broadened their horizons when it comes to tacos, and now everybody knows that there's a variety of things. So we're going to do 3 very different flavors, and I hope everybody's really going to like those. Later in the day, we have the big event, which is 280 people, plus a special event to the side, which is a 40-person VIP event where I'm going to be doing a cooking demo, and I'm going to be making some of our special margaritas for folks, and we've got really special little touches for the group that's going to be there. We realize that food brings people together. Food nourishes people in so many different ways, and when you share it with folks, that's when it means something even deeper.
Over 2 events, OK Chefs Relief has now raised close to $130,000. The totals aren't complete yet. We're still doing some tabulation to see the exact amount. Keep checking on newsok.com and my blog, blog.newsok.com/fooddude for more details about OK Chefs Relief.
And since leaving the Sooner State, Bayless has published 9 cookbooks and hosted 26 episodes of Cooking Mexican and more than 100 episodes over 8 seasons of Mexico, one plate at a time on public television.
Demolition is underway in the community of Moore on areas that were struck by the deadly tornado, from the 45-bed community hospital and 2 adjacent medical office buildings to residential homes. Employees and former patients at the Moore Medical Center gathered outside the destroyed structure Tuesday morning. Hugs and well wishes were exchanged by patients and hospital employees who survived the May 20th storm that tore the building apart. Following the remembrance ceremony, crews moved in to demolish the building. Structural engineers and insurance adjusters determined the medical complex was a total loss. About 200 people worked at the Moore Medical Center, which is part of Norman Regional. Officials say most of the employees at the center are being absorbed into other hospitals in Norman. Hospital officials have not decided what type of replacement facility will be constructed in Moore.
So where we're at right now, the structure was damaged by the tornado and it left the structure uninhabitable. So it wasn't safe to live in anymore and it's non-repairable. So the homeowner needs us to break the structure into pieces and we push that debris up to the edge of the curb near the street. The city will come and take the remainder of that debris from us and they're left with a clean slate to rebuild from. So what we have behind us here is a large amount of debris that's already been pushed to the front, but this was once a house. This was where someone lived. So we have large machinery that comes in, we have a front loader, and we have Bobcat skid steers and things like that that will push large amounts of debris. And then we often follow it up by hand crews. So, 6 to 8 volunteers that come in and hand pick bricks out and drag those to the front themselves. So it's a mix of machinery and muscle to get the job done. We can normally do this in less than a day. With all the crews in place, we can knock it out in just a few hours and we can move on to the next site. We can knock out 8 houses a day sometimes this way. Everything flows smoothly. Since we've been here, we've helped about 250 individual families.
Team Rubicon is an organization founded by 8 men who were looking for something to do after getting out of the military. In 3 years, the organization has grown to 8,000 volunteers. The volunteers performed more than 45 full home demolitions and provided heavy debris removal on more than 70 properties.
Good for them.
Good efforts.
That's so neat. I know, very cool. All right, well, coming up, how one local hospital is celebrating the 4th of July. That's next.
With the Oklahoman Full Access, we deliver your news any way you'd like. The Oklahoman Full Access includes print, smartphones, tablets, print replica, digital archives, and the new Oklahoman.com. Plans start at only $12 a month. And all this is free to current print subscribers. Log on to Oklahoman.com/subscribe to get started today. The Oklahoman Full Access.
I look up to you for all the things you do. I hope to be like you someday soon.
Working hard for every smile. Another reason why Cox is your friend in the digital age.
We're shooting more photos at each assignment, but we're putting those into separate galleries that can be added into the iPad and online editions so that the viewers can see a lot more photographs. We can tell a lot more of the story visually, give them more detailed shots, more overall shots, just a lot more variety that really enriches their experience.
All right, guys, July 4th is right around the corner, which means time for family and friends.
It's a great week, a holiday week. It's also time to celebrate our nation's birthday. The Children's Center is spotlighting the holiday with a float for the kids to participate in a local parade.
Yesterday we were outside all day in the Service Center working on a 4th of July float for our kids to participate in. All the departments in the Children's Center got together and started working on stuffing the chicken wire and putting up all types of decorations for the kids.
So our kids will be able to partake in it and they'll get to ride on the float and wave to everybody and pass out candy.
Trying to cut some chicken wire in hopes to stuff it for the float on the 4th of July for the kiddos. I want the kids to be treated like any other child, and I know growing up for me in a small town, being in a parade and getting to decorate it was a huge ordeal, and so I just want our kids to be able to get out in the community and be involved in just anything else any other child would be.
This is a decoration for a 4th of July parade float that we're doing for the 4th of July parade.
At the end of the day, it's a lot of work, but that's why everyone here at the Children's Center, they do what they do, is because we love the children and we absolutely love seeing those beautiful smiles on the kids because they deserve it, and we want the community to just see how precious our little angels are here. So we're encouraging everybody in Bethany and all around to come support our kids in the 4th of July parade. They're going to see a Statue of Liberty and an Uncle Sam walking beside our trailer next to our kids walking, and there'll be kids on the parade throwing candy with the best smiles you'll ever remember.
What a fun way for the kids to enjoy the holiday.
I know, it's so cool.
And they certainly deserve to have that fun.
I know.
Awesome.
The Children's Center is it's a great organization.
Yes, it is.
All right, well, a local cupcakery called Green Goodies, located in the Classen Curve, recently appeared on Food Network's Cupcake Wars and brought home the prize.
I'm Dave Cathy, the Food Dude, and I'm over here at Classen Curve at Green Goodies, which has recently been on Food Network's Cupcake Wars, brought back $10,000. Here to tell us all about is the owner, Tiffany Magnus.
We specialize in vegan and gluten-free products, although we do regular cupcakes as well. Kind of what sets us aside or apart is that we use high quality, as much organic ingredients as we can, and we bake from scratch daily. It was an awesome experience. They contacted me and wanted an audition tape because they were looking for vegan bakers that specialize in cupcakes, obviously, and so we sent it in and we were chosen. It's kind of a whirlwind experience, extremely challenging, and we won. So
awesome.
It was great. It's kind of fun to be in part of the Hollywood scene for a little bit. Yeah.
Yeah, so you're ready to move to Hollywood now?
Yeah, I want it, well, or San Diego, the beach, maybe. I'll go into Hollywood and cater parties.
All right, that's a great plan.
Hey, I would do that. Probably our most popular is our salted caramel. It's kind of got the sweet, salty. We do homemade caramel sauce, which you really can tell the difference. Our Hostess cupcake, which is vegan. There's nostalgia of the Hostess cupcake, but people, they really gravitate and they really like it. It's really rich and chocolatey and you can't tell it's vegan. And then our fruit cupcakes, like our strawberry and our banana, lemon, we use all natural fruit, so they're also some of our favorites. But they're all great.
And the show also challenged its contestants to create cupcakes with unusual ingredients. The contestants were judged on both taste and presentation.
Who doesn't like a cupcake? I mean, let's be real, it's like pizza. Everybody likes cupcakes.
And we have been wanting to go to Green Goodies, and man, that video, whew, some of those cupcakes look good. So
some of the videos we edit around here are just like, oh, I'm gonna gain 5 pounds just because.
From watching.
That's right.
I know.
Increases the cravings. All right, coming up next, if you're not scared of heights, you might enjoy the new adventure at the Oklahoma City Boat District. That's coming up.
Social media gives readers a voice that they can interact with us in a way that I don't think they've ever been able to. And it allows us to, include their thoughts and their questions and everything in our content.
Whereas we used to just publish and just tell everybody what the news and entertainment and information was. The rest of the world wants to engage. They want to talk back. They want us to talk back to them. They want insight, they want opinion, and a lot of that is new culturally for a newspaper.
I look up to you for all the things you do. I hope to be like you someday soon.
Working hard for every smile. Another reason why Cox is your friend in the digital age.
In 2012, we had the largest concentration of Oklahoma musicians to go to South by Southwest ever. Dave Morrison and I, we talked about it as like, let's just do this guerrilla style, okay? We'll shoot 1 or 2 performances by an act, and then we'll get an interview, and we'll get it up as quickly as possible. So that's what we were doing. We ended up with 21 different videos, and those also included some stand-up.
All right, you don't have to get out of the water to have fun on the Oklahoma River these days.
This is true. The Oklahoma City Boathouse Foundation has added a plethora of rides, including the Rumble Drop, there's the Sky Trail, and the Sky Slide.
Over the past few years, the Oklahoma River has become one of the premier rowing venues in the nation, and even the world. And while water will always be the basis for the OKC Boathouse District, not everyone aspires to jump into a canoe or kayak. So to appeal to the masses, the Boathouse Foundation is reaching for the sky.
The SkyTrail behind us is the tallest SkyTrail in the world. And so they built it here. It's the RCI, the company that installed it for us and built it. This is the largest one they've ever done and the most challenging they've ever done. There's very few of them. Dollywood and you know, Disney and them has put them in, but there's very few of these. It's in tall outdoor structures in the United States right now.
If you have a fear of heights, the 8-story high Sandridge SkyTrail is not for you. In fact, it's probably your worst nightmare. After putting on a safety harness and surrendering any loose valuables, brave souls are given free rein on a towering jungle of ropes and suspension bridges. The higher up you climb, the more difficult challenge you encounter. When you reach the top, the view is almost unparalleled. And the trip down? Well, it's much, much quicker. Option 1, the rumble drop.
Which is an 80-foot free fall. And it's pretty exciting. The feeling doesn't change the second time you go up there. You still you're hesitant about going off.
Option numero dos, the sky slide. While a less direct descent, this is not your run-of-the-mill playground slide, not by a long shot. After trading in your safety harness for a felt bag, you shoot down the tallest slide in the United States at speeds in excess of 20 miles per hour before soaring out into a bed of mulch. And for the kiddos, there's the youth zone, which includes the cloud bounce, kids zip, extreme jump, and playground. Youngsters can also go for a ride in a pedal jeep or practice surfing at the surf zone and rock climbing on the rock wall inside the Chesapeake Boathouse.
We really believe we're trying to make a difference, not only just for the city of Oklahoma City and what we do here and getting people active and moving and doing that stuff, but also we're making an impression on people worldwide in what we're doing here. You're never going to see another facility like there's no other facility like this that mixes all the sports with the Olympic, the elite, the kids, and then the attraction model that's behind us. I mean, there's no other place in the United States or that I know of in the world that mixes all this together, get people active and get people on the water and get people engaged in a sporting activity.
And believe it or not, there's much more to come here. Plans are in the works for 2 more boathouses, a world-class whitewater training center, a youth pavilion, and a zip line that spans the water. All part of a process that will certainly brighten the spotlight already shown on the little river that could. Reporting from the OKC Boathouse District, Damon Fontenot, News OK Sports.
Now, Angie, back in your pre-pregnancy days, you scaled down the Sandridge Tower with Rumble, no
30
doubt.
stories, yeah.
Damon Fontenot and Tim Money did a fine job of shooting that, but we saw the GoPro of Damon's cam where he's stepping on those little stop sign looking steps. Would you do that?
I know, I was actually talking to my husband about it. I was like, man, that would be so fun.
You're all about it.
But it's still, I think that one, because in all honesty, the rappelling down the Sandridge building I really was never super nervous.
I'm not buying this.
But
I would be.
Watching his video, stepping on those little,
yeah.
Oh, I think I might be nervous with that one.
That's good stuff.
I'd still do it, but I think
don't get me wrong, she'd still do it.
Not right now.
All right, that's all the time we have for this edition of News OK TV.
But you can find all of these videos and much more online at newsok.com. See ya.